Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. It's your girl Nairis, the Crystal Bruja, and we are continuing August pools. Reading is for my Taurus people, okay? This reading is for you, and immediately I got, stop being so defensive. Stop being overcritical over yourself and others, and learn how to take constructive criticism. Spirit is saying that you guys have a lot of things going on for you this month, and it's going to be a very successful and abundant month for you in regards to business and success. But I see your personal life and relationships, personal relationships or romantic relationships are kind of crumbling because you get so involved in having to be the successful person, having to be the person who has all the answers and know it all, that you don't allow other people to come and help you, or to say, hey, I'm bothered by this, or you got me upset. You kind of get super defensive. You think everything is negative when it's like, no, I'm just telling you how I feel. So this month, Spirit is saying to really put things in perspective, okay? Let's first talk about the abundance that's about to come into your life, because I really need y'all to work on y'all personal relationships, because success is great, but if you have no one to share it with, it's just like, it ain't that awesome. Trust me. Okay, so the One of Coins is the first card that I'm getting up in my spread, and Spirit is saying that you guys are like getting your eggs in one basket, so to speak. You've gotten some good advice. You've connected with someone in the financial industry, maybe a new accountant, a new business friend, what's that? An advisor, someone who really knows their shit and knows what they're talking about. And this person has inspired you tremendously. This person has really inspired you to like put some ideas that you've had in the back burner out, or even construct those ideas in a more professional way that can really show you the fruits of your labor. And you're feeling, the King of Wands is coming up, and you're feeling like you finally got over your demons. You finally got over that hump that you were facing, because last month, if I'm not mistaken, I'm getting a lot of energy of you just feeling overwhelmed, that you just were working, and you wasn't really seeing the fruits of your labor. You were seeing some, abundance, you were liking how things were coming out, but it seemed like everything you gained, you had to put right back into your business, and that didn't leave room for you to have for yourself, for you to start saving or putting into the next project, because you guys are always having something, multiple things going on, right? So the King of Wands is like, this person came in and really motivate you. They were very aspiring, and in return, you left with some knowledgeable ideas, some knowledgeable wisdom that you then gave to people around you in the same realm. You have business like-minded friends, you have people who look up to you, and you kind of like regurgitated that information, and now they're looking at you as someone that they can learn from, and it's making you feel good because you feel powerful when you're in that leadership role. You guys like to be humble, right? Like to play humble, but you really excel when you're in the leadership role, when you're in that position where people are looking up to you and praising you and giving you all that good loving that you deserve. But with all that being said, Spirit is saying to keep your eye on the bigger picture. You have to be able to then handle criticism as well. You have to be able to let someone tell you, hey, that's not how it goes, or hey, maybe you should let someone else step up. Whatever the case may be, you can't be so defensive when someone is coming and they're like just basically giving their opinion on the situation, or letting you know that maybe what you said rubbed them the wrong way. Whatever the case may be, humble yourself and understand that this can be a time to learn, a time to understand the other person, or a time to be wrong. It's okay to be wrong. That doesn't mean that you suck at life. It just means that you weren't right this time, and that's okay, because the Knight of Swords is about like that defense energy, that going in for war, and not everything is going in for war. You don't always have to be combative. You don't always have to go back and forth with someone when they're voicing their opinion that's different from yours. Okay, Spirit is saying that use more rational responses, be more intellectual in your response, professional in your response, because you have a tendency of getting very emotional, because again, you're such a hard worker. You work so hard, and overall you give so much and don't really ask for much in return, that when someone says something that may be against your intentions, you take it very personal. But Spirit is saying, don't always be on defense mode. Don't take it personal. Don't be emotional. Practice what you preach, okay? But again, you have so many other great things happening for you. I see some of you about to purchase another property. Something about you having multiple properties. You're either about to purchase another property or thinking about purchasing another property. Some of you really need to also think about it's just like, I see big purchases happening for you. You're thinking about getting a home or a new car, something that is going to reward you for all the work that you've been doing and all the work you're about to receive. You're realizing you need a bigger space. You're realizing that you need something more reliable too. So this is going to be a big shift, but it's something that you needed. And Taurus energy is not about some frivolous spending. So trust me, if you're making this purchase, you've thought about it, you sat down with it, you really put things in perspective, you weighed the numbers, you did all of that good stuff. And Spirit is saying, yes, you did your research. Yes, you found that this is in alignment. And yes, go for that purchase. Go ahead and do it. Okay, you deserve it. Yeah, because the Three of Coins is coming up, and it's like, your main business is starting to become something that you really don't love. I'm seeing a lot of you are losing kind of like passion. And this has a lot to do too with personal relationships as well. Spirit is saying that first, make sure that everything you're doing it with love, because one thing about you guys really work hard when you're like in love with what you're doing. But you can get really involved in what you're doing, and that Three of Coins is showing that you really need to find balance in where you're spending your time and your energy. Okay, it has a lot to do too with you feeling like you're not being paid or recognized properly for your work, and then it's like, you never did this for the money. That's what I'm picking up. Spirit is saying you never did this for the money, but then you saw the money coming in and you saw the possibilities. Just remember that sometimes you will do things and not get the recognition you deserve or the pay that you imagined. But remember why you're doing this. Remember that you love doing this work, and this is why you're putting yourself out there. Now, we got to go into these relationships that you're building or losing. It seems like a lot of you have been like, I see some relationships that are kind of like about to crumble for you guys, right? And you're like kind of asking yourself why. It seems like people are coming in and out of your life, and Spirit is saying it's because you're losing focus. You're like focusing on the negative things versus like the positive. Okay, so we have the Knight of Cups reversed and the Five of Cups reversed. And that gives me a lot of energy of you needing to forgive yourself from your past, right? Okay. So these relationships are crumbling because you're not allowing yourself to move forward with these people. You're kind of either you did a mistake, or you made a mistake, and instead of apologizing or taking accountability, you're kind of just allowing these people to get out of your life because it's like you're being stubborn. And also, you are creating an environment that they don't feel like they can trust you. They don't feel like they can, that you know, emotionally, they want you to be there for them as well. And it seems like you financially support some of these people in your life. So you may feel like they owe you something, or they should, you know, give you more slack. But that creates an unfairness and a toxic environment. So Spirit is saying that transformation is coming up, and you need to do some inner work. You also need to transform. It's not always somebody else. Sometimes it is us, okay? And Spirit is saying that in order for these relationships to be rebuilt, if you really want to rebuild them, you have to come and fully just like apologize or fully embrace your action in the situation as well, okay? But this is going to affect you. It's going to affect your creative energy. I'm seeing it's blocking your sacral chakra. So this may have a lot to do. Some of this is romantic, and it may have a lot to do with you feeling like you can't create. You're not feeling like sexually empowered or sexually connected with this individual anymore. And it's like an argument that went too far, you know, when it could have been simple as, you know what, I see you, I understand you, and, you know, how can we work this out? But it was like, again, you couldn't take the criticism. You got super upset, and I'm picking up that you may have said some things that now you are regretting, but you're like, I'm not going to apologize for it. So Spirit is saying, if you want to move forward, you have to be more direct and more understanding, okay? More direct in a sense where it's like, okay, look, you're right, I did mess up, and it doesn't mean that I'm a bad person, right? But I could have done better. Whatever the case may be, learn to forgive yourself so you can forgive others, all right? Because I'm just seeing that you have been, again, work, business is finally, you're like finally seeing some breakthroughs. You're finally seeing some things really move forward, and you're like, wow, I'm going to see the fruit of my labor. I'm going to see my success pay off. But then you're watching certain friendships crumble, certain personal relationships crumble, certain romantic relationships crumble. And it's like, you put that same energy you put in your work, you have to put that in your relationships as well if you really want to see transformation and growth. I went ahead and pulled the crystal cards for you as well. We have Crystal Cola, which it says start fresh. Beautiful blue crystal. And then we have Aventurine, which says create your own luck. Now, Aventurine is all about growth, forgiveness, and creation. You know, it's about allowing things to fully grow and letting go of your past as well. Letting go of things that are holding you back and creating a life you truly imagine. Crystal Cola is also about manifesting something different. It's about connecting with a higher energy source so you can let go of lower vibrating energies that are not fully like aligning you with where you want to be. Okay, so let's see what the book states. I'm like, where's the book? It's right here. So we're gonna go ahead with Adventuring first. Adventuring, create your own luck. Luck starts with you. Simply by changing your energy, you have the power to shape your own fate. The first step is to align your thoughts, beliefs, and energy with what you want. Once you are fully aligned, you can attract the opportunities you desire to accomplish your goals. Like a magnet, you can set yourself up for the best possible outcome in any situation. Your luck is not a coincidence, it's your own creation. Core questions. Do you believe you are lucky? What area of your life could use an infusion of luck? How can you stay open to opportunities? Affirm, I am a magnet for good fortune. At the end of the day, identify one lucky thing that happened to you. That was the crystal action part. Now we're going to go to Crystal Cola. I may butcher some names, y'all, but you can always Google, okay? It's time to start fresh. Close the door behind you so you can move forward and open a new one. Transformation. Every day is a blank canvas and an opportunity to boldly go after the things in life you want and leave behind anything you don't. You do not need to settle for the status quo or accept what already is. You have the power to change your life and do things differently every day. It's time to live by an out with the old, in with the new and beautiful mentality. Core questions. What areas of your life are calling for a fresh start? What can you say goodbye to? And what can welcome you into your life? And what can you welcome into your life? Crystal action. Affirm, I welcome the opportunities each new day brings. Today, tidy or redecorate a space. Welcome new life by adding fresh flowers or potted plants. I love plants. I feel like my mom is like, she has a whole green hand, not even thumb, like every hand is green because everything she touches just flourishes. And it's so therapeutic watching her in her garden and like submerge herself in her plants. Plants can really bring a lot of good energy, and I work with herbs and plants all the time in my rituals, and it can be very transformative. So let me know if that works for you. This was for my Taurus people. Let me know if this message resonated with you, if you felt like it connected with you. If you did, drop a comment below. And don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Okay, on to the next one.